focus on unique talents and abilities. Accept responsibility for yourself and your life. Here's the deal, you guys. No one's going to knock on your door and give you your dreams. You got to accept responsibility. I hear people say sometimes, well, Dan, that's just the way I am, right? And I understand that. But let me ask you a question. Are you gonna be okay with just being okay the rest of your life? Right? Are you going to be okay with just being okay the rest of your life? See, at some point, you got to take personal responsibility. And I remember watching Paul and Miriam take personal responsibility and go, you know what? We have a dream. We have a dream. We have a family. We're going to go after our family. And this is the vehicle that's going to allow you to do that, right? Develop a clear sense of direction. Never consider the possibility of failure. One of the things that I would tell you guys is that, you know, we all have ups and downs. Right? We all have good states and bad states. And I understand that. Why? Because we're all human. We're all human. And one of the things I want to tell you is that stop spending a lot of time beating yourself up. Right? So a lot of times what we do is we're beating ourselves up because we're not where we want to be, right? But from an energy standpoint, let me ask you a question. How does that make you feel when you beat yourself up? See, the challenge with beating yourself up is if you continue to do it, one day you'll knock yourself out. Does that make sense? So stop beating yourself up. I love what I think Paul and Nate said, is that find the areas where you have momentum. Right? Find the areas that you don't have momentum and understand the power of team. Right? So when you're not in a great recruiting state, set up an appointment with someone that's already in a recruiting state, right? That has momentum, right? If you don't feel strong across the kitchen table, leverage your field force, leverage your team, which is what Tita done to build her entire business, right? You're not doing this by yourself. Success is a state of emergency, right? You got to go from a sense of urgency and declare a state of emergency right now. This is your shot at the big time, right? Understanding that is very powerful. Get around the right people. One of the big mistakes that I see people make, you guys, you don't take inventory of the right stuff. You got to take inventory as, hey, who am I surrounding myself with? Who am I listening to? Whether it's reading books, whether it's listening to CDs, whether it's the people around you, your family members, your friends, your counterpartners. Are those people challenging me? Are those people in WFG? Are they winning in WFG? And should I be listening to them? You got some great associations right here, right? Be teachable, right? Be prepared from peak to peak. Develop resilience and be able to bounce back, just like the song said, right? Unlock your natural creativity. Dedicate yourself to continuous personal, professional development. Read good books. Listen to CD podcasts, every seminar you can. Most successful leaders do. Become an unshakable optimist. What is an unshakable optimist, right? Are you that person in your market where every time someone gets around you, they say, man, this guy always sees the positive in everything. Unshakable optimist, right? Dedicate yourself to serving others. Develop a reputation for speed and dependability. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. Now, if you've got 5 appointments this week, you're walking really slow, you're talking really slow. If you got a little boutique with 4 or 5 people in there, right? Your little BPM, you got the Sade playing in the background, right? You don't have any momentum, right? It's too slow, right? So you got to hurry up. Right? It's got to be intense. Develop a reputation. Be impeccably honest with yourself and others. Concentrate on one thing at a time. Be decisive. Practice self-discipline. And be persistent. So, you take a look at that. We got the billboard up in Beverly Hills, right? And that billboard represents you as a team. The top 10 teams in the entire company. For a 1-year contest, we've got that billboard up. Leverage that billboard, you guys. That billboard's not about me. That billboard's about Synergy Financial. Leverage the billboard through social media. Go take pictures with it. Leverage it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. People in your market will see that. That will intrigue them about your business, right? Unity. Passionate hearts committed to a shared vision can accomplish the impossible. Together, it's very possible, right? Find V-Base Shop, aligning themselves, felicitate orientation where you at. Communication makes the work easier. Leadership matters. Incredible team awareness. See, you're building two companies. At the end of the day, you're building two companies. One company you're building is the Leadership Development Company. Why is the Leadership Development Company is so powerful? Because it provides two things. Your Leadership Development Company provides one, it provides leverage. What do I mean by leverage? J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people versus 100% of my own effort. See, in your leadership development company, if it's only you, right? If it's only you, right? You only have 24 hours in a day. Like, for example, you take a look at Christopher, right? Christopher and Michelle Schleiman. Christopher, the last 4 years, has been going through a really tough time. See, we all have different battles, right? Christopher's been going through a really tough time, right, with his heart. And he's been challenged so many different ways, been fighting that. But Christopher, because of his first couple of years in his business, he built the business regardless of what's going on with him personally and his health. His business continues to rise, continues to grow. See, a lot of times we don't think about possibly 5-10 years from now how your story can change. You take a look at Louise Hay, for example. Louise Hay, when Louise first got started in business, we used to laugh. We used to say, there's no way, right? There's no way Louise is going to be here long term, right? Because her story was different. Her husband was a dentist, right? David was a dentist. They were making a multi-7-figure income. They were your Orange County couple, right? Louise, Sundays was at the Ritz-Carlton with a book club, drinking tea. That was like her life. She just managed the dental practice, right? They were already millionaires. They lived in Coto de Casa. So they lived the life, right? So when she got started here, she's like, I'm going to change the world, and I'm going to build my own business, and I'm going to be the breadwinner of my family, and we're going to do this, and we're going to have a big teams, and all of this stuff. And all of my buddies, right, all my buddies that were in the Marine Corps with me, my base shop, we're like, man, we're going to ride and die, man. She ain't going to make it. She's not tough enough, all this stuff, right? But listen to this. They all quit. They all quit. Guess who's still around? Louise, right? And I say that to you is this. You never know there's not a test that can measure the heart of a man or woman. You never know. And her story, right, Louise's story totally changed the last 10 years, right? Because we sat down with her, she did her F&A, she became a client, David became a client. David, right, got diagnosed, he got sick, right? And now he's in a home, right? And now Louise and Stephen, the business that they built, right? The products that they bought while they were part of our crusade has allowed them to live the life that they're living right now because their stories have changed, right? So one of the things I want to tell you guys is that, see, a lot of times we come from the mindset of making money pay bills. See, I want you to change your thinking to a long-term thinking. See, what you're here for is not for right now. You're here for 5-10 years from now because you don't know what's going to happen 5-10 years from now, but you're prepared because you built a leadership development company. The second company you're building is your insurance and investments, right? Your company that does life insurance, securities, that builds renewals and trails, right? So how are you doing working on those two big companies? Opportunity to work every day with others who are aware, have common goals, focus, and help each other. Life is good and flying V. It doesn't change the word, but it sure makes getting there a whole lot more doable. See, there's a story behind this, right? When birds are flying, right? When birds are flying for a long distance, right? And sometimes you are going to get tired. It's okay. You're normal. You're human. Right? You're going to get tired. But here's the beauty. When you build a team, right, when you build a team, there's going to be time where you're going to coast with the team, right? And there's going to be a time where you're ahead, you're leading, you're driving it, but there's time when you take a back seat and you ride the momentum of the team, which is more powerful than you trying to do it yourself, right? Which is powerful stuff. Now, you look at that, right? If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Today, I get to make calls, right? People ask me all the time, well, Dan, what do I need to do to win? Here's the deal. You got to make more calls, more contacts, more appointments, more results, more growth. The larger the team, the larger the numbers. I want you to write this down. If you want to double your income, you must double the size of your team. You got to get wide. You got to get wider than you are right now. The law of dividends. Invest in the team compounds over time. Make a decision to build a team and invest in them. Pay the price to develop them. See, field training, what Paul was just talking about up here, Paul went out with all the different trainers. See, a lot of you right now, you're saying, oh my God, Paul got a chance to go out with Guillermo Aura. He got a chance to go out with Dan. He got a chance to go out with Ed and all this stuff, right? But when those people were in a room, when we were in a room like this, right? Well, guess what? Everybody just thought, you know what? Jay Jr. is going to be over. Jay Jr., I can go out with Jay Jr. anytime. I can go out with Steve Haig anytime, right? But he was able to capitalize that at the time because he understood the moment that he was in, just like you are right now, which is really powerful, right? Do things together with the team. One of the things that I want to encourage you guys to do as SMDs, right? As SMDs, you guys start doing more stuff together with your team, right? Build that camaraderie with your team. I can't even tell you how many barbecues and how many steak and weenie contests that I did with my base shop and stuff like that. You don't have to wait to be invited to your leaders. One, you should be doing that with your team right now, right? Build that. That's where you get a chance to see who they are and what they do. Empower team members with power and responsibility. Give credit for success to the team. See, when the team's not doing well, as a leader, it's your fault. When the team's doing well, it's because of them, right? Create new opportunities for the team. Give the team the best possible chance to succeed. Know your numbers. Do the math. Do the work. Improve your numbers by seeking accountability and being coachable, right? And sometimes, you know, one of the things that I would recommend to you guys is that seek a personal coach. Go get a personal coach. I have a personal coach that I meet with, right, that I pay money to, right, to give me specific coaching on different things that are important to me, right? If you want to change what you're doing in order to achieve a better result, you must ultimately change what you believe about something, right? Now, let me ask you a question. There's two beliefs. I was telling Shlayman this earlier. 5 years ago, when I left, well, I'll tell you two stories. In 2006, you're too comfortable. You're too comfortable where you're at right now. And I'm thinking, and I said to myself, oh my God, I got to get uncomfortable. I got comfortable. And then I looked at my wife and said, babe, we're going to do something that you're not going to believe what we're going to do. And she goes, what? Says, the leases, Shlayman and I were considering buying the building. Remember, Shlayman, we were having those conversations about buying the building, how it made sense and all this stuff. And we said, and I said to my wife, I said to Christine, I said, that office in Chino, I'm going to shut it down. We're going to shut it down. What do you mean you're going to shut it down? We're not going to renew the lease. We're not going to do all of that stuff. But what's going to happen to the team? I said, I don't know. They're going to figure it out. But I'm leaving. Right? And she said, what do you mean? Where are we going? I said, I want to go somewhere where I know no one, and I want to start back from scratch. Right? So we leave. The office gets shut down. They have a meeting. I remember Paul comes up to me, right? Paul can barely get 15, 20 people in the room, right? Paul comes up to me, he goes, Charlie, I got a game plan. He says, here's the deal, man. I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be your biggest guy. When I bring you in front of my team, it's going to be a treat. We're going to put 4, 5, 600. He could barely get 15, 20 people at the time. Barely get 15, 20 people. Just recruited Tita. Right? Remember we talked about your one recruit away from explosion? My one recruit away from explosion was Louise Hay. Paul's one recruit away from explosion was Tita Lazan. Nate's one recruit away from explosion was Jeff Brookshire. Ain't that crazy how that happens? Right? So Paul puts out a vision. Right? I remember me, Schleiman, and Louise were looking at the Corona office. And then Paul's sitting there, and I could see he was edging. He was like, nah, this ain't that type of party. I'm getting ready to do something. I'm getting ready to lap the field. And he pulls me to the side. He goes, Dan, hey, no disrespect, but I'm not going in this office. I'm doing my own thing. I see where this thing is going. And he got the vision of the dream givers, right? And now they got over 500 people, CEOs, EVCs, making millions and millions of dollars and just changing the world, which is pretty awesome, right? But you have to change your belief. You have to change the way you see things in order to make it happen. That's what leaders do, right? So when you look at right now, what is the new story right now? The new story right now, you guys, it's a very powerful one. There's a new story that's being told right now. You look at the baby boomers, you look at Generation X, you look at millennial, right? You guys heard me say this before. The old illiterate was when you could not read and write. The new illiterate is you not changing your thinking. That's the new illiterate. You can't unchange an old way of thinking to create a new one, which is what Nate said. You're still walking around with an old iPhone. See, a lot of us now, because we're playing defense, we're not playing offense in the market. You don't check people when they tell you stupid stuff. I was interviewing someone the other day. Hey, he said, well, I don't know if this is for me. I said, I don't know if it's for you either. But riddle me. What the hell are you going to do? Because you're talking like you got a bunch of options. What are you going to do? This is no more time to beg people. I was interviewing someone a couple months ago. He said, hey, I did my little research on WFG. I didn't like what I saw. I said, oh, really? I said, let me ask you a question. Give me your first and last name. They give me his first last name. I pulled him up on Google. I looked him up and I said, oh, I just looked you up. I saw nothing. He says, well, what do you mean you saw nothing? I said, I'm looking at it. There's nothing online about you. And I started giving him a couple of names. I gave him Martin Luther King. We looked him up. There was a lot of things to be said, good and bad. JF Kennedy, there was a lot of things to be said, good and bad. Trump, there's a lot of things to be said, good and bad, a lot of bad, right? then you got Obama, there's a lot of good, a lot of bad, right? There's all these things. Because anyone that's ever done anything significant, people have something to say about it. So you think a company of our magnitude, people are not going to take shots at it? You're going to see whatever it is you're looking for. But my question to you, this is me talking to him, my question to you is I pulled your name up and nothing came up. Here's what that means to me. You have not done anything significant. Let's talk about that. Because that's what really matters. See, I want you to capture the mindset. You got to stop playing defense. See, if you know what your future looks like 5, 10 years from now, you'll stop playing soft with this thing. You got to get intense about successful leaders' mindset. Get people in touch with their dreams again and help them work towards a more secure financial future. Many people worry about money every day. We have the opportunity to help put them to that worry. You are the best at it. I give you an example, right? So my mom immigrated from Haiti, right? She had $20 in her pocket, and at the time in I think this was 1968, because I was 2 years old, right? 1968, a woman, it was very hard for a woman to leave a third world country without her husband's consent. So my mother had to do a lot of stuff just to leave Haiti with $20 in her pocket. She came to the U.S., achieving your dreams, that's going to make sense. Then on this side right here, I've got a guy, David, that's 29 years old. He's making 50 grand a month, and he's selling me on this unrealistic dream. Said, man, you make millions of dollars. You're going to lead thousands of people, man. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. There's tons of people that's going to join you. There's tons of people that's going to quit on you. Some of your best friends are going to join you in business, and they're going to quit on you. People are going to take shots on you. It's going to look ugly. But at the end, here's the deal at the end. You're going to find 7 to 10 key business partners. You're going to find 7 to 10 key business partners. And it's going to take you to go through 10,000 people to find those 7 to 10 people. And he says to me at the same time, he says, hey man, at the same time, I don't know if you're going to make it. I don't know if you're going to make it. Because I don't know if you got what it takes. But if you do, man, it's going to be incredible. 2 stories. I'm like, oh my God. Right? This one is scary. This guy's like, man, oh, I might not make it here, man, but this sounds like a journey. Oh, man, but this is so much safer. You know, I know this, and man, this. And I'm going like this. And one of my mentors said to me, he says, hey, look at the people that's been doing what you're doing for 25, 30 years. And ask yourself, is that what you want? If the answer is no, you're looking at your future. So I started paying attention. I looked over here, oh my God. Let me tell you what this picture looks like over here. If I would have followed this road, this year, 2017, would have been my 30th year in the Marine Corps. This would have been my 30th year in the Marine Corps. My highest pay in the Marine Corps would have been $7,500 a month. Would have been my highest pay. My retirement, because I went into 87 slave, and my retirement is 40% of that $7,500. So net would have been about $2,800 a month, right? I would have made $2,800. I would have been making $2,800 a month, and now at 50 years old, I would have been going to the police academy to be an instructor, right? Or I would have been going to the airfield to do crash fire rescue, right? That would have been this story. So about a month ago, my wife, my mom came down, my kids were in a car, and we're celebrating one of my buddies' birthdays, right? My buddy's turning 50, we're celebrating his birthday, right? And so we're driving down to Pelican Hill, right? Doing this big party in Pelican Hill. And I want him to influence it. I don't judge him, right? Because he's doing the best with what he got. But what if I would allow him to influence me? How would that have affected the next 6 to 17 years? The other story. My mom came down for my mom was down here for like a month and a half, right? And I'm taking my mom back to the airport, right? So it's just her and I in the car. Her and I